Hi everyone, I'm Noel from Let's Update Language Academy,
I'm Sheetal from Let's Update Language.
and today we are here to conduct a mock speaking session of IELTS. Welcome to the speaking test of International English Language Testing System taking place at Let's Update Language Academy on March 21st, 2023. The center number is LU101. The examiner is Noel John Koshi and the examiner number is S201. Right, the candidate is Sheetal Jude and the candidate number is 5403. Hi, may I know your full name?
My name is Sheetal Jude.
So, how may I address you?
You can address me with my first name, Sheetal.
Okay, so Sheetal, may I see your identification card?
Here is.
Thank you. Okay, so the speaking session has three parts and all the parts will be recorded. Let's start. Okay, Sheetal, where do you come from?
I come from Kakanad, which is one of the major IT township in Kerala.
Okay. What is the most interesting part of your town?
The most interesting part of my town is it is diverse in culture and it have many tourist spots and we do celebrate every festivals which happen to be in.
Okay. Would you say it's a good place to live?
Of course, I do prefer to live very comfortably in Ernakulam because it have a very set of entertainment factors as well as it is one of the business centers of.
Let's talk about singing. Do you like singing?
I do love singing and I oftenly does that when my leisure time and I mainly when no one is around because I am not confident about my song, my sound.
Okay. Have you ever learned how to sing?
Actually, not. During my childhood, I have gone to classes for painting and drawing, and I hadn't have the chance to go for singing.
Do you think singing can bring a positivity and happiness in people?
Of course, music can change a person's mood swings as well as any health condition. I do believe in magic of music, so I prefer it does.
Let's talk about animals. Have you ever seen any wild animal before?
Of course, I have seen wild animals while I'm traveling to zoo, and as well as we used to travel family a lot. So when I visited a jungle for adventure trip, I saw a tiger, which was very wild enough.
Okay. What is your favorite animal?
My favorite animal is dog because dog is more like human and they do have emotions. And there are a creature which loves anybody unconditionally.
Okay. Um, did you learn something about wild animals in general from school?
Animals are creatures or living beings which have same emotions as well as human. And the main lesson we as a human we should learn from animal is that if we do anything to an animal, they will always react. So, likewise, the Newton's third law of motion. There is a reaction, there is an action, there will be a reaction.
Okay. Let's talk about reading. Do you like reading?
Of course, I do love reading because since from my childhood I have been a constant reader. So it so I love reading.
Okay. What's your favorite genre?
My favorite genre is romance novel and self-help books.
Okay. Do you like to read at home or in public libraries?
I love to read my books in my home, where I used to have a specific place called Divan in our region. So I love to read so many books while I am lying down there.
Okay, do you think your family members have the same habit as you of reading?
My father do have the habit of reading books, and he used to read a lot of books, but mostly in Malayalam. And maybe that's the main reason why I am a constant reader since my childhood.
Okay, so that was the end of part 1. Now let's move on to part 2. Okay, so the candidate will be given a card. The cue card is describe an exciting book that you enjoy reading. The sub questions are when you read it, what kind of book it is, what it is about, and explain why you think it is exciting. Okay, now this will be your cue card. You will be given 1 minute time to prepare your pen and 2 minutes time to speak, and your 1 minute preparation time starts now. Okay, time's up. Now you may start speaking. For 2 minutes, your time starts now.
I have been a constant reader since my childhood. Since then, I have found myself that books are bringing me immense happiness while I'm reading. I have read so many books, and many of them have made me fell into deep sorrows, and some of them have filled me with joy and laughter. And there are also books which made me into a great listener and a thriller. And there are also books which made my change my perspective towards certain things. This book, which I am going to mention, have a mixture of feelings and emotions that I have felt ever in my reading while I'm reading. The book is It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. It is one of the most powerful and profoundly beautiful stories I have ever. It is a contemporary romance novel which depicts the difficulties of domestic violence with tenderness of love and emotional heft. It is a novel uh, which which also have certain perspectives towards domestic violence which an individual dealt with. The story revolves around the main protagonist, Lily Bloom, who who have fell in love with a boy named Ryle, and storyline goes like how their marriage turned into a toxic one. Lily have gone through so many difficult conditions in as well as in her childhood and in marriage also. The major or the most relevant part of the book is that most of the incidents happening in in the novel is true, and we can relate as an middle class family. We can relate it to a greater extent. So, as a girl, whenever I turn pages while I'm reading, I can resemble a part of me to Lily Bloom. And also, Lily Bloom have depicted a major character which each girl should do in their life. I strongly recommend this book to everybody because it have a powerful message to pass to everybody, especially girls who lives in a domestic violence atmosphere.
Okay, that was the end of part 2. Okay, now we are moving on to part 3, which is the follow up question. Okay, Sheetal, do you prefer books or movies?
I do prefer books since I'm a constant reader. I am a critic too. Since my childhood, I have observed that there is a difference between movies as well as books. Sometimes books will be more exciting. The precise information which is given in the novel will be very imaginative, whereas sometimes in movies they won't depict many of the uh, emotion as well as precise information given in the novel. So sometimes and there are also times where movies are greater than books also. So I do prefer books, but sometimes there is a chance for movies also.
Do you think it is important to read the book before watching the movie itself?
I don't prefer that since sometimes movie will be better than books, and it vice versa also. So I don't prefer to read books before watching the movie.
Okay. So, what kind of books do Indians generally like to read?
It's not about the culture or a country. It's within the perspective of each individual. So selecting a book by its cover or by its title is according to each individual. So I don't prefer that it have a specific genre to each country.
Okay. Have you ever saved money to buy a book?
Of course, I have done. I have done in my past month also. So it is one of my favorite hobbies to collect money to buy a book, and I'm doing that now also.
Can storybooks be an ideal gift?
It can vary according to each individual's perception, and each individual have different interests towards gifting a gift. So, according to me, it is an ideal gift, and generally, it is also an ideal gift, but it can vary according to each person.
Okay. Um, Nowadays, the reading habits of children are less than what it used to be in the past. What can be done to encourage the reading habit among children?
I don't think the amount of people reading nowadays is less, but due to their busy schedules, children are not getting their leisure time due to their academics and co-curricular activities. So there should be a time specified in a school schedule for reading.
Okay, so what should be the specified amount of time?
The specified amount of time can be given during the class hours also. There should be an hour for library. So at that time children can read their books.
Okay, so that was the end of this mock speaking session. We hope it will be really helpful for all of you guys out there. And we hope to see you soon in another video. Thank you.